Good evening and welcome to CaribTalk on iVision TV. I'm your host, Roxanne Bartley. We're bringing you the latest news and happenings throughout the Caribbean and in the diaspora. The curtains came down last Sunday on the Olympic Games in London, and there were several outstanding performances by Caribbean athletes. From Jamaica's Usain Bolt's dominant performance to capture back-to-back sprint double titles, to Grenada's Kirani James's sub-44 performance in the 400-meter, to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price's defense of her 100-meter title, and Trinidad and Tobago's Walcott's surprising gold medal in javelin, the Caribbean was on full display. Athletes from Bahamas, Trinidad and Tobago, Dominican Republic, Jamaica, and Grenada established national and world records to stand on the podium. Despite frustrations with NBC's coverage, globally millions tuned in to catch a glimpse of the sons and daughters of their homeland, representing their colors. And the athletes did not disappoint. The official tally for the countries of CARICOM stood at 18, with 7 gold, 4 silver, and 7 bronze, surpassing the 15 taken in Beijing 4 years ago. After the public jubilation fades, many of these committed sportsmen and women will go back to the tedious training regimens to prepare for Brazil in 2016, many with limited resources. In Trinidad and Tobago, a $2 million athletic development program has been unveiled, targeting promising athletes likely to represent the country in 2016. Lindsay Gillette, chairman of the state-owned Petrotrin, made the announcement on Friday.
Yesterday at Pointe-a-Pierre, Petrotrin Board of Directors, by unanimous decision, gave a commitment to assist in the funding of Trinidad and Tobago's efforts towards Rio 2016 to the tune of $2 million.
And so the journey to Rio 2016 begins. At least that's the belief of one corporate entity as far as support for future Olympians goes. Petrotrin has not hesitated in putting its money where it matters most. In fact, the state-owned oil and gas company has put $2 million of it toward talent identification and athlete development toward our 2016 goals. This is a 4-year program set to benefit 20 select athletes, 8 in athletics, and 4 each in cycling, swimming, and boxing. $24,000 per year per athlete over a 4-year cycle, but the money will not go toward athletes already in receipt of assistance, government or otherwise. Instead, the aim is to fund those promising athletes, helping them to realize their Olympic dreams. And more importantly, Mr. Gillette stresses that $24,000 per year is not nearly enough, but should go a long way.
Please note that this is not about elite funding, and I repeat, this is not about elite funding. This is about helping young athletes at the grassroots level to realize their full potential, and there are many of them out there. People wait for an athlete to get a gold medal or a silver or bronze to really begin supporting or really to get some sort of a support into the future, when in fact what that athlete requires is a lot of support before it actually occurs. Having been in swimming for the last 20 years, I have seen many athletes who really great athletes with tremendous potential, tremendous talent, not even being able to support or not even being able to afford simple things like shoes or the right vitamins to give support for any games he's preparing for.
It is our sincerest hope that throughout the region, the governments that lauded their deserving performances will provide the necessary infrastructure, support, and expertise needed to continue these athletes' development. CaribTalk extends our congratulations to the athletes, their families, and coaches who supported them long before the world knew their names. Welcome back to CaribTalk on iVision TV. Addressing the ongoing need for fresh water in Haiti, the Korean Battalion is using bleach, a freshwater plant sometimes considered a pest, and their own microorganism concoction to turn bacteria-filled wastewater into reusable water. In Leogane, just west of the capital, the Korean Battalion is using a 3-stage, low-tech, but effective method, partially based on what they do in their home country. In the first one, all used water coming from the base, no matter if it's from the kitchen, toilets, or bathroom, is directed to a tank where all waste and microbes are extracted. During the second stage of the purification process, the used water goes on to an underground tank, which has 2 basins. In the first one, there are filtering rocks and sand. In the second one, there is bleach. Generally, most of the water treatment is stopped at this phase, but the Korean contingent is trying a third step, which they used in Korea, using hyacinth, a water plant that consumes bacteria living in the water. Although it eats bacteria, it sometimes proliferates to clog water systems if not carefully controlled. Every second day, another product called EM for effective microorganism product, which is made by the Koreans themselves, is poured into the basin. This liquid, called EM, is destroying all microbes that are giving a bad smell to the water. 3 times a week, we are putting 20 bottles of this liquid in the hyacinth water basin. I believe this system of water purification is very effective. We use it because it is very simple, and you can find easily the ingredients for it. You only need the water plant hyacinth. We can find it everywhere here in Haiti. Then, we need also technicians to build the water basins and the tank. It is really effective. The battalion is also using solar-powered lamps to light their base. Welcome back to CaribTalk on iVision TV. Last week, Lieutenant Governor Jennifer Carroll led an export trade mission to Trinidad and Tobago, the state's 23rd largest trading partner. In 2011, the Twin Island Republic received $557.4 million in exports from Florida. Addressing the trade delegates, dignitaries, and members of AmCham at a business luncheon in Trinidad and Tobago, Lieutenant Governor Carroll expressed her pleasure at returning to her homeland to foster trade relations that would be advantageous for both Florida and Trinidad and Tobago companies.
12 years ago, too long, and we're back. We're back in full force.
She stressed, however, that there must be benefits for both parties.
It has to be a win-win, where it creates opportunities here, create businesses, create jobs, create an economic climate that will be beneficial to Trinidadians and Floridians as well.
And while he said the partnership with Florida is welcomed, Acting Prime Minister and National Security Minister Jack Warner admitted the crime problem here would pose a challenge.
If we don't overcome the crime that exists now, that shall be the biggest deterrent against business. And all the efforts you have put here today will be in vain.
He assured this would be addressed in the shortest possible time.
The fight against crime is coming. It will be swift. It will be visible. And believe you me, you will see a downturn sooner rather than later.
She pointed out that over 40,000 persons from Trinidad and Tobago reside in Florida, and in 2011, Florida received over 75,000 visitors from the host country. Members of the delegation were afforded the opportunity to visit Tobago for a day trip before kicking off several days of meetings designed to increase sales and build partnerships. The mission delegates were also treated to a personal performance by Professor Len Bugsy Sharp at his Phase 2 Steel Pan Orchestra Panyard.
Welcome to CaribTalk Travel Segment. I am your host, Kira Blades. Imagine an island where the only thing you need to worry about is deciding how to spend your next day in paradise. Imagine Curacao, a paradise for scuba divers and nature lovers alike. Its ruggedly beautiful landscape provides endless opportunities for fun. Conquer the island's open spaces and enjoy exhilarating hiking, biking, and ATV tours. Immerse yourself in mysterious and colorful underwater worlds at more than 60 dive locations. Relax on beaches both intimate and secluded. Explore Curaçao's crown jewel, the capital city, a lively port full of high-end restaurants, retailers, and nightlife spots. Well, imagine no more. It's time for your VIP tour. This is CaribTalk in Curaçao.
Over, under. It's well within your reach, yet wonderfully out of the ordinary. Left of center, but just right. So close, so very close. yet beyond your every expectation. There is a difference, and this is your destination. Curacao is an island paradise nestled between Aruba and Bonaire, easy to reach with daily direct flights from the US, Europe, and South America. Here, the skies are tranquil and placid. The seas are crystalline and warm. Located outside the hurricane belt, the island enjoys favorable weather virtually year-round. The capital, Willemstad, offers the ambiance of a cosmopolitan European city with the breathtaking beauty of an island locale. You'll see constant reminders everywhere of the Dutch, African, and Latin people that combine to create one of the most interesting cultures in the Caribbean. The dramatic Queen Juliana Bridge presides over one of the most active waterways in the Caribbean. It's also the water that has made Curacao a true Caribbean treasure, dotted with ivory beaches and remote rocky coves. Curaçao's semi-arid climate contributes to the island's crystal-clear seas that offer visibility up to 150 feet and a year-round perfect temperature of 80 degrees Fahrenheit. It's no wonder Curacao is often named one of the best scuba diving and snorkeling destinations in the world by scuba diving magazines and by divers. The island's reef system is rich, vibrant, and pristine. Divers find magnificent star coral, frogfish, huge sponges, and one of the most spectacular collections of sea anemone in the world. Unexpected inland bays provide for other water sports as well. You can water ski, wakeboard, kayak, and boat to your heart's content. The waters of Curacao provide days of sublime pleasure. It's no wonder Curacao is so popular with visitors from Holland, the Americas, and even its Caribbean neighbors. Lounge on one of the many picturesque beaches, each with an ambiance all its own. Some feature beachside bars, restaurants, dive shops, showers, even massage. Others cater to families, offering umbrellas, barbecue grills, and enough water activities to keep you busy from the first ray of light to the brilliant sunset and beyond. So why not stay and host your own private beach party beneath a twinkling, starlit sky? Just as the waters hold countless wonders, the island itself features cultural discoveries for every interest. No other Caribbean destination provides such a rich and colorful concentration of Dutch architecture as Curacao. Willemstad's entire downtown area has been named a UNESCO World Heritage Site. These gem-colored buildings create the most surprising cityscape in the Caribbean. A short walk across the Queen Emma floating bridge takes you to Outra Banda, where you'll still feel like you've stepped back in time to a 17th century Dutch provincial town. Indeed, the entire island's colorful history is well documented with many museums, attractions, and monuments. The Cur Ulanda Museum details Curaçao's critical role in the slave trade, with rare artifacts and relics. The Maritime Museum documents the island's history as both a strategic military location and a vital commercial center. And Curacao is also home to the Mikveh Israel Emmanuel Synagogue, the oldest in the Western Hemisphere. In the countryside, there are close to 100 landhouses that dot the landscape, each one lovingly restored. As in Willemstad, these beautiful structures live on today as offices, shops, galleries, museums, and residences. There's really no place quite like it. The spirit of the island can also be seen at Mount Christoffel. Its namesake park is an opportunity to experience nature while having fun outdoors. Nearby, Chete Boca National Park is home to Boca Tabla with its ocean-carved caves, spectacular sprays of seawater, and natural bridge. For an experience you might expect to find, there's Landhouse Chobolobo, where Curaçao's famous blue liqueur is distilled. And for an experience you might not expect, there's the Curacao Ostrich Farm, one of the largest in the Western Hemisphere, and close by, the aloe vera plantation. If you prefer a more sporting experience, take a swing at one of Curaçao's golf courses in a picturesque setting by the sea. For families and nature enthusiasts, a visit to the Sea Aquarium is a must. Touch tanks allow you to hand feed sea turtles, stingrays, and even sharks. For a more hands-on experience, be sure to visit the Dolphin Academy, where you can learn about and interact with these intelligent creatures. Or take a dive 1,000 feet below the surface to see what few people have seen before. Curaçao's accommodations are designed to fit every mood and taste. Whether you're seeking a cozy bungalow or a grand hotel with an exciting casino, you'll find warm hospitality along with diverse and delicious cuisine. With so much to do, your stay will be as fascinating as it is relaxing. From the sparkling beach to the top of the mountain, from sun-drenched days to glamorous, romantic, moonlit nights, colorful architecture and natural splendor, a Caribbean destination like no other. Curaçao is everything you'd expect from an exotic locale, with all the comforts that make you feel right at home. There is a difference, and this is your destination. This is Curaçao.
The best part of exploring Curaçao is that it feels undiscovered, like an exclusive hideaway. Whatever you're looking for, Curaçao promises you a magnificent travel experience. iVision TV would like to thank Linda Patterson and the Curaçao Tourist Board for their support and allowing us to experience the best kept secret in the Caribbean. Unfortunately, my time is up here in Curaçao, but the saddest part of any vacation is leaving. Join me, Kira Blades, your travel specialist, next week as we visit another beautiful Caribbean destination. For more information on traveling to the Caribbean, please call our toll-free number or send us an email at info@thetravelconciergesite.com.
From Usain Bolt's dominant performance to capture back-to-back... Oh, you're killing me. Lindsay Gillette, chairman of state-owned Back to CaribTalk on iVision TV. Addressing the ongoing need for fresh water in Haiti, the pest and their own microorganism. Why can't I say this word today all of a sudden? Microorganism. I know this word like 50 million times in my life.